28 gamma, which is the concentration of ozone, and you said, since I did not have a detox reaction, we're gonna increase the concentration to 36. Or you can just say,
I started recording now. So,
okay.
yeah. So yeah, from what she just told me, guys, that with the ozone treatment compared to last time, I think it's a higher dose.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because you did well.
yeah,
You had
I
no
did
detox
well.
reaction.
So right now, these are
Making the ozone.
the tube that she's going to insert in my rectum with the lubricant, as you can see right here, with the lubricant.
Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Showtime.
So as of right now, it's almost like I'm getting a colonic. She's about to insert the tube in my rectum area.
And just relax.
And it's about 4 inches, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's about 4 inches that's
And then
inserted.
about 4 inches. The whole catheter is 16 inches, but it only needs to go in about 4 inches, just past the anal sphincter, so that your body doesn't push it back out.
Okay.
And I put a little piece of gauze there to hold it in place, cotton gauze.
Mm-hmm.
And we start out with 60 cc's volume of ozone, and then we work up to 240 cc's of volume. And then this time we're giving you a concentration of 36 gamma, which is just a tiny bit higher than the first time. Because you did so well.
So with the higher dose, should I experience more of the effects of the ozone?
Well, it's cumulative. The effects are cumulative.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we go up slowly is because we want to minimize the detox reaction, which is the only side effect, really the only possible negative side effect to the ozone. Because nobody is allergic to oxygen or ozone because we breathe it.
Right.
But that's what gives the ozone its great medicinal properties, is the fact that it's like super oxygen. It's oxygen with 3 molecules. And that's why it has that interesting odor. You can't see it, but you can definitely smell it, because it smells different from other gases.
Mm-hmm.
But as I was saying, if you go very slowly and incrementally, most people do not have a detox reaction unless they're extremely sensitive or their immune system is extremely compromised, such as people with Lyme's disease, or possibly full-blown AIDS or cancer. So we always start out very gently with everybody at the lowest possible dose, and then we work our way up incrementally each time to minimize that detox reaction. So you're still getting the benefit, and you're still in the therapeutic range. And then we have a top of the therapeutic range that we don't want to go above, because if you go higher than that, it can actually knock down your immune system, and what we're trying to do is build up your immune system. So in other words, there's like a therapeutic range that's the best of both worlds, where we're detoxifying and healing and boosting the immune system all at the same time.
Okay. So on average, how much does the rectum ozone cost, and the bloodstream ozone on average? How much does that usually cost?
It varies in different parts of the country and what city you're in, but average cost usually of a rectal ozone insufflation will be somewhere between $75 to $100, and the average cost of one IV treatment would be somewhere in the range of minimum of $150 up to about $250 or $300 for one treatment.
Okay. So guys, here at this facility is about $150 for the the intravenous.
Right.
Anything that is being injected in your bloodstream, of course, absorbs quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's more.
And it
And
takes
she
more
s-
time.
And it takes more time. She said
And
last
supplies.
time it's about 100% effective.
Mm-hmm.
So that is real good, especially for HIV and AIDS. Because the virus starts in the bloodstream,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, it's in other cells of the body as well.
And I'm convinced that that's the treatment that Magic Johnson received when he was first diagnosed with HIV 25 years ago. I'm convinced that he went to Germany and had intravenous ozone treatments. And as we know, he's still living today a very good life, and appears that he never contracted full-blown AIDS.
I'm glad that you mentioned that. I'm
Mhm.
glad that you mentioned that because I too think that he went to Germany. Because you remember a long time ago, and that's around my age, because he was diagnosed the same year that I was born, 91. And back then, HIV and AIDS was considered a death sentence. You only had, on
That's right.
average, on longevity, you only had about 10 years at the most to live with this disease, and less than that. But he had the resources, he had money,
Mhm.
so that's why I think that he went out of the country, because back then even HIV meds was just not enough. So
That's right.
we believe, she and I believe that's what he did. He went to Germany and got this ozone treatment.
Because there was no HIV cocktail back then
Right.
of medications. If you find out that if you had a needle stick or you have a blood exposure, nowadays they would give you the HIV cocktail. Like if you're a healthcare worker and you accidentally get stuck with the needle, or you get blood in your eyes from someone who has HIV or hepatitis, for example, or any kind of blood-borne disease for that matter, even Ebola. As a matter of fact, Dr. Rowan and a team of his physicians went to Sierra Leone during the Ebola outbreak and treated many people in Sierra Leone successfully and killed the Ebola virus. But of course, you didn't hear that on the national news. But it's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I personally, but back to Magic Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, in my personal opinion, I think that he's cured, but he would never mention that he is cured.
Mm-hmm.
To my readers out there, he would never mention that he's cured because it's just like a sense of everything's political.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Everything's political, and being that he announced to the world, this was a press conference that he announced to the world that he contracted HIV and AIDS, that he has like a sense of obligation now, to where it's like, if he mentioned that, if Magic Johnson was to mention, like I told you guys a couple days ago, if Magic Johnson was to mention that he was cured of HIV and AIDS at this very moment, he would lose so many endorsements, so many different things that he would lose, because he has all these different organizations. After he was always famous for his basketball skills.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think that when he announced that he had this deadly disease, I think that now it's like he has to shut his mouth. I believe that he cannot say anything, because, like I said, everything in the United States is very political. You don't mess with the pharmaceutical money. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that.
Right.
And I've mentioned that several times on my blog before.
It's all politics.
Doctors, everything's political, from the doctors, from the jobs that we work, from the government, whether it's a government job, anything. Everything is pretty much political, and it's a lot of things that you have to kind of like be quiet about. And that's why I talked about the black leaders like Oprah Winfrey and Jesse Jackson and Reverend Al Sharpton. You remember when I told you guys about how Dr. Sebi went to this press conference back in 2004, and when Michael Jackson brought him to this conference in 2004 in Washington, when he told them that Dr. Sebi was curing all these diseases ever since the 80s, when AIDS was a big thing
Full blown.
back in 1980 and 81. Um, Everybody was looking at Dr. Sebi like he was delusional. When Michael Jackson told Oprah Winfrey and all of those, so-called black leaders that there was a cure for HIV and AIDS, no one didn't want to listen to Dr. Sebi. And I mentioned Oprah specifically because many people look up to Oprah, and Oprah is one of the richest black women in the world, if not the richest person in the world, period.
And she has a lot of influence.
Yeah, she has a lot of influence. And for her not to interview someone who has been cured of HIV and AIDS, that to me is like a slap in the face. And like I said before, everything's political. I believe that the only reason why, the truth be told, readers, the only reason that I see Oprah actually interviewing someone who have been cured of HIV is if they are cured by Western medicine. That's the only reason. That's the only way that I see Oprah actually interviewing someone who has been cured from HIV, not by the natural way with herbs and doing the holistic approach.
She probably would have lost a lot of her endorsements
Yes.
in her commercials.
In her commercials.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not taking away Oprah's talent. Don't get me wrong. She's a very talented woman. However, I just feel that I'm just telling it like it is. Everything's so political. That's just, like I'm saying, everything's so political in
How
this
are
world.
you feeling now?
Oh, right now I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good as of right now. No pain, no gain.
So you're comfortable? Good. So remember, we're almost done here. We're on our 4th syringe of 60 cc's of ozone, which is wonderful. You're able to take the full amount now, and you're able to hold it last time. I know that can be a little bit of a challenge. If it is, it's best to like walk around or to rub your stomach with your hand, and just to help the gas disperse and get absorbed more easily. And once 20 to 30 minutes have passed, if you need to have a bowel movement or you feel like you need to pass gas, it's okay to do that at that time, because your body has already absorbed all the ozone by that time. So it's already worked its magic by that time.
Okay.
So you still feeling comfortable? Because we're almost finished.
Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable.
Okay, good. And the symptoms will just get better and better with each treatment.
Right.
Because we're decreasing not only the viral load of the viruses that are in your body, which is everything, the herpes simplex virus, the HPV virus, and the HIV virus. We're reducing the amount of virus in your bloodstream, and we're also stopping those viruses from reproducing or replicating. That's very important. And we're also boosting your immune system at the same time, which is very important with HIV.
Definitely.
This also helps people who are fighting cancer. I'm not saying it's a cure for cancer. I'm saying it's a way to boost your immune system to help you fight cancer. Yes. And I've also been very successful with treating Lyme's disease, which is caused by bacteria and viruses carried by ticks. And it's been very successful with that as well. Ozone is also helpful for people who've had strokes or who have diabetes. It helps wounds heal faster because you're getting more oxygen to the cells. Oxygen is healing. Oxygen is everything. Oxygen is important to every living cell in our body.
Definitely. And Dr. Sebi has also mentioned that as well. Anything that disease occur in the body, hysteria is disease. Mucus is the cause of every disease. It's the underlying condition. And, when you have diseases in your body, it's eroded. You know what I'm saying? It's think of it like a car battery that has a whole lot of acid on it. That's how the body is over time. When we eat bad foods, it becomes eroded. Erosion begins to take place. So, therefore, oxygen is deprived in that area and disease occurs. So that's why ozone is definitely beneficial, because it helps replenish all the lost oxygen
In every cell
in
in your body.
every cell in your body.
Hmm. Which is the key to healing.
Yep.
Elimination of toxins, killing bad bacteria, killing bad viruses, keeping them from replicating, and boosting your immune system. And that's what we all need to stay healthy, no matter what challenges we may be fighting.
Exactly.
Whether it's cancer, or whether it's HIV, or whether it's diabetes or Lyme's disease. All of these challenges, all these health challenges can be helped with ozone in one form or another. Ozone can also be insufflated into the sinuses for sinus infections and for headaches. It can also be insufflated into the ears for ear infections or throat infections. It also can be insufflated into the vagina for vaginal infections, and also into the bladder for chronic urinary tract infections or interstitial cystitis, which is a very hard problem to treat for a lot of women. And then, of course, the rectal route, which is good for cancer, anal warts. I have a lady that I was treating who had colon cancer, and she's been doing very, very well with the treatments. So there's many, many, many uses for ozone in the medical arena if more people just knew about it. And the reason most people don't know about it is, like you said before, it's politics.
Mm-hmm.
It's about money. It's about keeping the big pharmaceutical companies in millions and millions of dollars, and they give money to their lobbyists who go to Washington D.C. who then pad the pockets of the senators and representatives. So it ends up being a vicious cycle, and we, the American public, are the ones who suffer for it. And they want to keep us ignorant.
Oh yeah.
And they want to keep us sick.
See, guys, knowledge is power.
That's right.
Knowledge is power because had I not studied Dr. Sebi and had I not done my own research about a holistic approach to healing with this ozone therapy, I would have just went ahead and tried to get the surgery. And I don't too much believe in getting surgery. I really don't. But yeah, like I mentioned before, like Dr. Sebi, there's really no true black leaders that disregarded what Dr. Sebi was saying about the cures to these different diseases. But it's all good. It is all good. So I'll let you guys know the effects afterwards of this ozone. Right now I have to hold this ozone for about 20-35 minutes. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Okay, talk to you guys later.